Willie D Live.
It's Willie D, y'all, back with another episode of information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. In the studio, the trucking guru, the millionaire maker,
Yeah.
the matriarch,
Thank you.
Kierra Henderson. Welcome to the
Amazing
show.
introduction. Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I was telling you off camera, your testimony is the reason why I do this. It's the reason why I made the kind of music that I made. I wanted to be like a voice for the voiceless. I wanted to give people hope that if I can do it, you can do it. And you prove that every single day.
Thank you.
We got a number of things in common. We're both from Texas.
Yep.
We done had run-ins with the law, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And we're both fighters.
Yep.
I heard you used to box.
Yeah. So I got
Now,
my first felony.
Wait a minute, back up. How old were you first?
17.
You were 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You caught a felony at 17.
I did. My first felony.
That's
was
another
17.
thing we have in common.
Wow.
I caught, I don't even know how this is supposed to sound, but I caught my first felony at 17 myself.
Wow.
Now, how did that happen?
Well, I was 7 months pregnant, and somebody came to my house. The guy that I was with, my daughter's father, was cheating, and she came to look for him, and I answered the door, and I cracked her jaw, cracked a couple ribs, and police came and took me.
Wait a minute, but you didn't just come out the door swinging. She had to say
No.
something to you.
Oh,
She
she
challenged
did.
you to a duel.
She did. She actually did. She was upset and a little drunk, and she
Yeah.
swung first.
Right,
But unfortunately, since I used to box, my hands were registered with the state of Texas as a deadly weapon.
right.
So they didn't care.
Yeah. That's some overzealous policing, overzealous prosecuting. Like, they didn't have to go that far. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a fight is a fight. I get it. My hands are registered too. And, but I can't stop it if I got to defend myself, right?
And I was pregnant, so
yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't give a damn.
they didn't. But what's crazy is there were two officers. The first officer was a black guy. Second guy was a white guy. Black guy wanted me to go to jail. White guy did not, and actually went on the stand and testified for me. That's why I didn't get time the first time.
There goes something else we got in common. I once went to jail when the black guy wanted me gone and the white guy was like trying to give me the break. Boy, but
crazy.
you know what? That's good cop, bad cop. They
It
was on
is.
the same page the entire time. I do believe.
You know what? Not for mine. He even put his card down and told me that you're gonna be in some trouble. And had he not took the stand, I think I would have did the 25 years.
But that's good though, that him actually taking the stand in your defense
Mm-hmm.
actually debunks my whole theory. Like,
Yeah.
That's dope.
There's some good ones.
How cool was that for dude to get a police officer to get on stand and actually testify in your favor?
I was very thankful. Very
Yeah.
thankful.
So what was the resolution in the case?
I got probation the first time. Got probation.
Okay.
And I wanted to do a trial by, very valuable lesson. I wanted to do a trial by judge, but the state of Texas only had to prove 3 things done in that county, done on that day, and what was used was a deadly weapon. So I was already guilty. The girl even, she dropped the charges. She didn't even, when she went to court, she even begged for them not to put me in jail because she knew she was wrong.
Right.
And the judge told me that he could not do trial by judge because if I was found guilty, I would have gotten sentenced to prison because he couldn't give me probation.
Yeah. So you just copped a plea?
No, I went. I was found.
You actually went?
Yeah, I went because
You actually went to trial with this, and you were found guilty.
Yep.
Now, what was the maximum sentence?
25 years. It was 25 years. They ended up
And
giving
you-
me 3 years probation.
And you rolled the dice
Yeah.
and got 3 years probation.
Yep.
Say, that right there in and of itself is remarkable because
Yeah.
usually when you take it to trial, they try to tax you. They're going to give you a trial tax. That's
Yeah.
like, yo, we need to make sure that we get a return on our investment. We got to make sure that we punish her and put her in jail.
And
Like,
at
give
that
her some
time,
teach her, make her out of an example.
there was a couple who did some crazy stuff around that time. So they were trying to say that me and my ex were trying to mimic them, and I was like, no, I want to whip both of their asses.
Mhm.
So it was crazy, but you're right.
Wow. Wow. Now, meanwhile, what's going on back at home? How is mom and dad responding to this situation?
Well, they were floored. My mom was, of course, worried at first, but she said, no, even if you are wrong, you pray and God will get you out of it. We're forgiven for our sins, so don't worry, don't be fearful. My parents, my entire fellowship came to support, which also helped me, not go to jail because they seen I had community support. But they were positive because, I'm known to be a firecracker in the family.
Right.
So they knew that I wouldn't have just popped off, so they knew I wasn't going to go to prison.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like, shit.
So
They knew.
So you get a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened?
Well, I learned really quickly that a felony would change my life because it did. I was at the end of my first lease, and I couldn't get an apartment. There was a job that I wanted to do. I wanted to even go back to school to get my GED and to become a nephrologist. Learned really quickly that with a felony, you can't do that. So it honestly put me on a different path. It was a game changer for me.
It was actually a blessing in disguise.
It really was.
But at the time,
Yeah.
you had to feel like, man, I'm out here all on this desert by myself,
Yeah,
and I don't know
did.
how the hell I'm gonna make it. A whole lot of people that was in your situation did not make it. They ended up actually going back to prison because
Yeah.
they make it so damn hard for you to get reacclimated into society. And that's why the recidivism rate is so high. It's one of the reasons why the recidivism rate is so high.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why your story is so remarkable. You didn't just get out and get on the right track. I mean, you got on the right road. You got on the right road
Yeah.
with this trucking game, and
I did.
and now you like, I mean, are you the face of women's trucking?
No. There's actually an amazing truck driver named Clarissa Rankin. I think she's the face of women who drive trucks. I don't
Yeah.
drive them. I own them.
You're an owner.
But she's done news broadcasting. She's phenomenal. I think she's the face of women truck drivers. I just want to be the voice for those who were once in my shoes.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. After I got in trouble, I got into some more trouble because it is hard to find a good paying, decent job. And I was not about to work for pennies, so took some wrong left turns. But once I got my shit together, that's actually why I do what I do, because you are 1,000% correct. It's hard as fuck for people to get out and actually make something of themselves. They kind of keep us in a cycle. So
Yeah.
although the internet world is oftentimes a nerve-wracking experience, that's why I do it.
Yeah.
That's why I do it.
But the trip part about it is that they set it up like that. They actually set it up. They dangle the carrot.
Yes.
They dangle the carrot in front of you, knowing that you have few options, and knowing that more than likely you're probably going to reach out and grab that carrot.
Yeah.
And then once you do, they give you the time. They put the jacket on your back. Then they make your life even harder. Makes it harder for you to support yourself and your family.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people just develop the attitude of,
Fuck it.
damn if I do, damn if I don't. Might as well do.
Yep.
The trip part about this is that they punish you and they say, okay, you got to pay. We're going to punish you so you can pay your debt to society. You pay your debt. Once you pay your debt should be paid.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
They continue to make life hard for you and put it in your face forever. Like once you get that F on your record, it's there forever unless you go to a judge and a judge decides to set your sentence aside or give you a pardon. You go to the governor or something like that. But that's how they keep us out and the people that they want to stay in, because the people that they want to stay in, many of them have records also.
Yes.
But their records have been expunged by their friends and family members, right?
Yeah.
and their associates, So they get their records expunged, and the rest of us who they don't want to let in, they make sure that we're stamped forever.
Yeah.
And this is why we got to be diligent. We damn near got to be like, we damn near got to be like the perfect race of people to not do anything because they already like a lot of what they do already is actually plant evidence and actually set us up and like pin fraudulent charges on us already. And then when you walk into that trap, you actually help them out to make you get there faster.
Yep.
It's crazy. Let's go back to your childhood because that's, I do believe, where the foundation was. I mean, you may have gotten off track, but you had what type of foundation growing up?
You know what? I actually have an amazing parental system. My mom was the mom who, if we went to go spend the night somewhere, she wanted us to come home the next day. We were taken out of public school and homeschooled because we grew up in Oak Cliff, and the school system was a little rough because the neighborhood we were in wasn't so good. So she homeschooled us. We had fellowship within our home. I actually had a phenomenal foundation. Like, my parents are damn near perfect. And then, like, my stepdad, who is my dad, is an amazing man. And then I have my biological dad, who's an amazing man. So my foundation was actually set. It was me. I've been the one who wanted to learn on their own. I got to take the hard route. You said the oven is hot. I want to see it for myself. Right. I've always been that person. So I just I started running away at 13 because they used to be really strict. And I couldn't take it anymore.
Where did you run to at 13?
My friends' houses. Yeah. Ran to my friends' houses, my grandmother's house. That's how I actually ended up leaving my mom and my dad and going to live with my biological dad. And then I've been on my own since I was 16.
Since you were 16?
16.
So you dated older men?
I did. My oldest daughter's father, I was 16, he was 29.
You were 16, he was 29. But you're out on your own now, so can't nobody really check you.
Right.
Yeah. And when your dad found out about it, what did he think?
All my parents, mom, dads, everybody was livid.
Yeah.
But I thought I was grown, so they couldn't do nothing. I had my own place, my own car. I was doing my own shit.
And how did that relationship end?
Ooh. Well, once I got my felony, I found out that the reason why they were going so hard for me was because, you see, my oldest daughter's father is a motherfucker. He gave me the name Ramon. His name was not Ramon. His name was Dean. He was on the run for murder. He had a whole slew of charges. He was wrapped up in a dope game. He was somebody that I had no idea who my childish ass, thinking I was grown, was dealing with. I had no idea. So I got away from him.
Where is he now?
I have no idea.
Is he alive?
He is.
Yeah.
He is. He actually, last I knew, was out here in Houston.
Do your daughter have a relationship with him?
No.
Does she want one?
No. Nope.
He's that bad.
Yeah. He my oldest daughter is one of the smartest people that I know. She's been that way since she was a kid. She got that from him. Like, their genes. He's a genius. But some people are so smart they are borderline psychotic, and he's one of those. So he was a mess. But it ended with me walking away and raising my daughter on my own.
Yeah. How many kids do you have?
3.
3. Now, what's the gender makeup?
I have, 4. I have a son-in-law. I have 2 girls and now 2 boys, my son-in-law. My oldest is 23. My baby is 17. And my son is 14.
Now, what are the girls doing?
Well, my oldest, back to her being the smartest person I know, at a very early age, she helped me. My sister and my daughter helped me build my business. So my daughter helps manage day-to-day operations. She deals with that massive fleet that I have. My baby girl, she wanted to create her own little path, and she wanted to go, because my children are privately schooled. I've stopped saying homeschooled after something that I seen the other day. They're privately schooled and privately taught, and she works for Wendy's. She wants to do her own thing. She enjoys getting her little check. She works for Wendy's.
Does that make you feel some type of way, like knowing that you got all this paper and you got this, like, great career and all of these resources, and your daughter, Kierra's daughter, Kierra Henderson's daughter, the trucking guru's daughter, is working at Wendy's.
My family placed a bet to see how long she would last. I bet that she would stay because my kid is money motivated. I'm actually very proud of her. Mm-hmm. I'm very thankful that my children, who I have spoiled, they get whatever they want whenever they want it. They're very thankful, and they have good work ethics. All three of them, even my son. So I'm thankful that she wants to go out and see what it's like. She knows she doesn't have to, but every day she gets up and she goes to her job. She doesn't call in. She's late sometimes, but and they make fun of her because I pull up in a Maybach to pick her up sometimes. Right. So they're like, "What?" And then her boss took her home one day, and she was like, "What the hell? Why are you working?" It's just because she wants to. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful.
And how old is she?
She's 17.
She's 17.
17.
Now, do they date boys their age?
Well,
how do they go?
My oldest daughter, my son-in-law is about to be 27, so yes. My 17-year-old, she dates a guy that's in high school, but a guy at her job wants to talk to her. He's 21. Right. And my son is very quiet, very shy. He doesn't date at all.
Right. How old is he?
He is 14.
Yeah.
He's 14.
Yeah. Doesn't date at all?
No. Not interested. He's interested in building computers and architecture and different things like that. He's the geek of the family.
Yeah. You're a natural leader. Mm-hmm. Do you think that have something to do with you being the oldest of 8 kids and having to do the leader
thing the
whole time? And
also, it dates back to the way I was raised. Within home fellowship, I often would get up early in the morning and run up and down the street to knock on the doors to get people to come to fellowship with us. We would have team fellowship. I would run team fellowship. And at one point, I actually had my own fellowship. My parents bred me for leadership. 17, 21, and right before I left, 22.
Now, what is your parents telling you when you're growing up? Because I got to get to the root of this, because I know you're special. Like,
thank you.
You got a special spirit. It just your aura is special. It's something different about you. Because and how many? It's 8 of you all together, right?
I'm the oldest of 8.
So y'all grew up in the same household, under the same roof, and y'all took different paths.
We all did.
So what was Kierra being taught? I heard you say that you had, great parents all the way around. But what is mama and daddy and stepdad telling you about life?
My parents taught us the difference between being religious and religion, right? So they instilled the principles of the word for me and my siblings. I know that with God, I literally can do anything. I know that I am where I am because of my believing. They taught us the principle of believing. So those are pretty much the go-tos when it comes to how they raised us, knowing that there's nothing that you cannot do. God is going to supply all of our needs. I'm a kind person because they taught us to be kind to people and not to be a respecter of persons. So I've never been one to say, well, I got this much money, so I act a certain way. I'm a hood-ass girl, period. I treat people how I want to be treated. But that's pretty much it. They made sure that I don't put God in a box and that my circumstances, they don't tell me how my future is going to be. Yeah. I believe for what I want and what I need, and God brings it to pass with hard work.
So with that type of background and foundation, how did you cope with getting yourself in trouble with the law and basically bringing embarrassment on the family? Because it sounds like your family is a proud family. Sounds like they got it together.
Yes.
And Kierra goes out here. She is the oldest. The youngsters are looking up to her, watching her. She's supposed to be setting the example. And here it is, our oldest daughter.
Out here acting a fool.
Out here just cutting up.
Yeah. That's one thing that I can say about my parents. They were never the judgmental type. And again, like I said, they knew that I was a wildfire. They knew that I was a firecracker. For me, that's also why I left. I didn't want to abide by their rules, and I never wanted to set a bad example for my siblings. So that's why I chose to just leave. They They stand with me.
Yeah.
Good, bad, ugly. They stand with me. But the way that I dealt with getting in trouble is, I'm human.
Yeah.
I ask God to forgive me and I move on and pray to God get me out of it. Sin is in my blood. My blood is sin stained. So I'm gonna fuck up and God gonna help me.
That's right. That's right.
Keep it moving.
When you caught the drug charge, what type of time did you end up doing?
2 years.
2 years.
Hmm. And that was because
that
I was
state time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was because I was one of those stupid ones who took a charge for somebody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it one of those guys? Was it a guy that you were in a relationship
No,
with?
I've never been that stupid one.
Okay.
But I used to believe in you don't rat, you don't snitch, you don't tell, you just close your mouth. So yeah, that's how I ended up getting in trouble with that.
I mean, I got the burning question. I got to ask, who was it?
You know what's crazy? It's somebody whose life I changed now. Somebody who I showed how to get into the game. And now I showed him how to get into the trucking game. He now owns a fleet of trucks. He owns hotels. Somebody that I love to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
For him, yes, I would.
Oh, shit. I'm trying to give you 5, but it takes too long. I'll give it to you later.
For him, I would.
Yeah,
for him,
solid.
I would. Yeah, because
Solid.
he is. He's somebody that I met when I was in elementary, and his parents had passed. I seen him sleeping at the schoolhouse. I used to sneak him out of my house, take him, food and different stuff like that. So I kind of am the only family, me and my family, only family that he has. So, yeah, for him, I would.
Yeah. Somebody's watching this podcast right now saying, shit, not me. I ain't taking no charge for nobody.
For him, I would.
Yeah.
Him, I would. That's somebody that would lay their life down for me.
Yeah. He's a millionaire now?
He's a multimillionaire.
He's a multimillionaire?
He is.
How many millionaires have you created?
20.
20. What's your goal?
My goal used to be just to help the few people that asked me, because I became the trucking guru because I was asked to. I don't fuck with people like that. I don't like people like that. And the internet is a huge smoke and mirrors where people can hide behind and say whatever they want. And my temper has always been, I'm not the bitch to be played with. So I never had a goal in mind. But I remember the first one that I made. And that just, I don't care how much money I got. Whenever somebody, even if they're not a millionaire, if somebody just gets it and they're like, you changed my perspective on this, or because of you, I feel like I can do this. It's like, that's it. That's a feeling that money can't even buy it. So I don't have a goal. I just want to keep helping until guys tell me to stop. Because it is hard now. I be wanting to give up all the time because it's very, very hard.
If you were to give up, the impact would be detrimental because you're helping so many people. You're changing so many lives. Those 20 millionaires that you created are probably going to create 40 millionaires.
Yeah.
And it's going to go on and on and on and on and on.
I hope so.
So, yeah. So, I mean, you're actually, you're like affecting generational wealth.
Yeah. I have one girl who called me, and I sent somebody up there to go get her from an abusive relationship. And for that woman to be a millionaire, it was like, God. She didn't have a bank account when she found me. So that's what I do it for, just to provide hope.
Speaking of bank accounts, I heard you was at the bank when you found out you were a millionaire. You was checking your ATM. You was checking the ATM.
I was going to get some money for somebody, let somebody borrow some money. And
how much did you think was in the bank?
Not that much. I thought I had like $50,000, $60,000. No bullshit.
Right.
Yeah. I've never been a person who is into now I spend like crazy because when COVID happened, I just got a spending habit. But before, I was so frugal. I didn't really spend money like that. The goal was just to keep the damn lights on. Like when people always say, well, how did it feel when you made your first million? That wasn't the goals. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure that my kids didn't have to worry about food and us not having a place to live. And the lights being cut off, because the lights got cut off a couple of times. Wrote a couple of hot checks. Mm-hmm. So when I went and I was going to get some money, I sat down. I literally sat down outside the bank on the ground and waited for the guy that I was dating to pull up. And he was like, what's going on? I was like, we got to go inside. And the lady was like, this is your account, right? And she got her manager and was asking. where the money coming from? Well, I'm making the money, ma'am. I just didn't realize that. Because, again, I'm a high school dropout, right? So certain things I'm ignorant to, like financial literacy was one of them. I didn't understand checks and balances and different things like that. I just know how to go get the bag. So it started there with me learning, like, what to do with this money.
How often was you checking your account back then?
That's the thing about me. I still, to this day, I have multiple accounts, but the only account that I check is called my play account, where I keep a balance of $150,000 at least. That's what I live off of. That's what I play with. That's the only one that I check. Now, I've hired people to check my others and to keep everything, correct. But I think it's a fear thing, a mind thing for me.
So let me share something with you. When I first started making money, I had a business manager, and I would let him do all of that stuff for me, like pay my bills and everything. I just didn't have time. I'm making the money, I'm out here making music, I'm performing, I'm doing my thing. I ain't got time for little stuff like that. And when things got tight, I got blindsided. And he didn't stick it. I mean, he didn't rob me, but I just didn't know what I was working with. And that money dried up like that. And so I realized that, because I was like looking at my account, I was thinking the people at the bank were stealing from me or something. That money was going so fast, I was like, damn, what the hell going on? I ain't lying, I thought they were stealing from me, So I realized that, if you can't count your money, it ain't yours.
Yeah.
I put myself in a position. I just decided, like, from here out, even with my trades, I control my trades. I got to see the money. I got to be able to touch it, and I can give somebody access, but there's a limit. At a certain limit, I'm gonna have to. You're gonna need my signature.
I'm gonna spend it all.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Like, you can't spend it all. No, Kierra, you can't spend it all. You know why?
I would.
You know why? Because you work too hard.
Now, see, that's also why I now, like, I have a estate plan. So we have the trust and the holding companies, and we have the family trust. Like,
so that was cap. That was just cap.
Yeah. I really would. That's why I have all that in place.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So I wouldn't spend it all.
I see what you're saying.
Because I would. Yeah. I would try my best to.
Right.
And you can't do that when you're planning for generations.
Yeah, that's right. And I see so many big things for you. Like, what you're doing, like that lane that you're in, it's beautiful to watch.
Thank you.
Like, when I saw you for the first time, I think it was Instagram, I was like, ding, 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 ding. I want to talk to her. I want to sit down and have a conversation with her, because you have a very interesting life. Tell me about the time you spent in Wisconsin.
Ooh. Well, I learned really quickly what a police state is, and I mean Texas. The police were different up there. I love Wisconsin.
Yeah?
Love it. I love the snow. I had never seen... Now, we get snow here and there, but I've never seen snow that beautiful. The food systems. Their Walmart has local farmers, so all of their produce is much more healthier than ours. It just was... At the time I was there, which is ages ago, I remember being downtown Appleton, one spot, and my daughter being like in Green Bay with her friends. And I seen a black family, and I went home to tell my kids, and she seen the same family. Like, that's how few of us it is up there, or was. Because now the people from, what is it up there, where all the black folks is at? Milwaukee. They've migrated over to Appleton and Green Bay. But back then, it wasn't none. It wasn't at all. But the racism that's down here is not like that up there at all. You can maneuver within a company faster because they're so complacent. Like, they stay a customer service rep for 20, 30 years. Like, if there's a job posting, they don't go for it. So I was just climbing through the ranks. I loved it up there. I love Wisconsin.
Did they think that you were too aggressive?
They did.
Yeah.
They did. Got into it with a couple of people because I am aggressive. But it is what it is.
Yeah. It was kind of like that when I lived in Azerbaijan. The people there, they're really laid back. Like, they don't, it's not important to them to be at work on time at 8 o'clock. They kind of trickle in to work. And when they're working, there's no sense of urgency.
Yes.
They just
Drag their feet, enjoy
and
life.
whatever they don't finish today, they just take up casually the next day.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's also where I saw for the first time what transportation could do for a family. Because when I left Schneider, I went to work for a different company, and it was a family-owned company, but it was huge, right? And so I saw 3 generations in the same office, and that's when some light bulbs started to go off. But you wouldn't have saw that here. Like I don't know of any companies here in Texas that are so, family oriented, well knit together to where they all still work together. They all still show up to the office every day. They're all still very kind and humble. They taught me a lot of what I know. Wisconsin was different.
Yeah.
If my family would move there, I would move back, but my family ain't going, so I gotta stay.
Yeah. A lot of times we hear you can't do business with family.
Mm.
Is that the reason why you do business with family, because you saw the model in
Yes.
Wisconsin?
And also, my family's different. I'm very thankful for that, but I think you can't do business with certain family members. Like if you got a cousin and y'all hanging out, because I got a cousin like that, we hang out and this nigga is drinking till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Somebody gonna call in and tell him his son is sick and he don't even have a damn son. You can't do
Yeah.
business with that cousin because
Right.
that's how he moves.
Right.
But there are some people in my family who have really good work ethics, and I've done really good business with them.
Yeah.
Really good business with them.
Yeah, and if you think about it, most of this country's wealth, let me back up, because I was about to say was made with families, but actually it was made with us.
Mm-hmm.
The wealth was made with us. But most of the wealthy people in this country made their fortune with their family.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's a lie when you hear people say you can't do business with family. This is either people making this statement based on their personal experience or what they heard.
Mm-hmm.
And, we hear a lot of things about what black people can't do together,
Yes.
because it fits a certain narrative and certain people get the benefit from us not working together.
I see that a lot, like within social media. For instance, the last interview that I did with Real Life Street Stars. The other day, I saw a young white kid, 19 years old, made a couple of $1 million in trucking on my YouTube feed. And I just wanted to look at the comments because I knew that within the white community, the hate that I get, I knew that they were not on that boy's post like that. They were all supportive and kind and uplifting. I'm like, damn. I'll go back to my Real Life Street Stars, the one that I did. I look at my interview, the same hateful ass shit that's on Instagram. So what I did was when I went back, I brought some people that I made a millionaire. Some of my black and gold shirts. They don't get the hate that I get. It's like it's something that we have to change as a community. We hate on each other. We swear we can't work together. We swear we can't work with our family. We think that something as simple as buying a truck. A truck costs $17,000 right now. It's more than your car. A truck, you can get a truck for $7,000, $10,000, depending on where you're looking.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that we're so ignorant and we're so used to certain stigmas and certain bad shit that was just passed down. We don't stop to fact check anything. We just roll with it. As a community, we got to change that shit.
Yeah.
It's working with your family is a huge blessing, especially if you were raised in the same household, you have the same morals, the same drive, the same work ethic. Why wouldn't you want to build with your family? That's insane. But why do we think that as a community, as a culture? What's wrong with us? When do we stop to say, hey, if they can do it, why? If we can't, and even if we can't do it, why don't we just stop and look at who's doing it successfully and copy what they're doing? Why is it to where we as a whole are just so fucked up in the head that we either gonna hate on each other or just not do it at all?
Well, I think you're on the right track. It starts with one person at a time. And, so it starts with you, and then you pass that on to your babies and your friends and associates, the people that get it, the people that want it, that's who's going to get it. And you start with them and you keep moving like that. The rest of these motherfuckers just going to have to die. Yeah. They're not going to get it.
Yeah,
I don't matter how much you talk to them, they're not going to get it. In fact, they're going to pass it down to their children.
Yep.
And it's going to be hard for their children to get that stigma out of their head because, we are who we are by a process of conditioning.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I don't think that you're going to have a problem like going forward. It hasn't stopped you since. I mean,
Yeah.
really, if you really think about it, you had more obstacles against you before you started getting to the bag.
Yeah.
And now that you got it, you got all of these resources. The chatter in the background is just part of success. And
Yeah.
you're right. It's funny that you mentioned that because I was just thinking about that maybe a week or so ago, how even in the podcast world, if you go to white podcasters who have a similar message to what I have,
Mm-hmm.
their comments are all affirmative.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yes.
they ain't getting all that.
Hate.
But you come to mine and here come the trolls
Yes.
and stuff like this. And the trip part about it, most of the trolls and the hoes and, the negativity that I get come from black men.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. And I'm going to tell
Yeah.
you something. I'm very thankful that I did do the trucking guru because I had that black women, we don't get along. I've never been so supported and loved by black women.
Yeah.
This has been a huge eye opener for me. Like I thought black women were catty, always hung with guys. No, my biggest support system is the black woman, and I love it. And thank y'all.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Are those the same black women who are like championing black men? Because we do have a certain segment of women out there, black women who feel like I'm getting money, I got my thing, I don't need a man, I can do it all by myself. Those type of women.
No.
They're not those type of women.
No.
That's good because
No.
we can't do it without them and they can't do it without us.
Period.
Like at the end of the day, it's us against them. And in fact, let me back up. It's us against us. It's us against everybody. That's just how it is, and that's the way they set it up.
Yep.
They did a pretty good hit job on our image.
They did.
So this is how we bring balance with what you're doing, what I do, and what those of us who are on a positive trajectory in life are doing. Like this is how you do it. And I like it because it hurts them. Like it makes them feel bad. It makes them some of them they are suicidal because of my success.
Yeah.
And I like it. I like that they have a hard time living. Like right now, somebody's listening to my voice right now, and they're guilty of exactly what I'm talking about.
Wow.
And they can't do nothing about it, and it hurts. It really hurts. But let me keep on.
It hurts.
How much does it take to get in the game? Let's say I want to be a trucker.
Okay.
You said $17,000 to get the truck, but what are my other incidentals?
We're going to stop. We're going to stop right there. So,
Okay.
The way that I got into trucking, I started, of course, working for Schneider. But then when I started on my own, I started dispatching. Now, of course, it's trending. There's a lot of people who, they sell courses, they do this, they do that. But I started dispatching, and I learned the game from that. Dispatching is literally just, say for instance, if you owned a truck and I got the work for you, I charge you 10%. You get $10,000, I make $1,000 off of that. You don't have to have no special licensing. You don't have to have good credit. All you have to do is know how to get the load and give it to a truck driver.
That's dispatching.
That's dispatching. That is where I tell,
That's where the money at.
yes. And not only the money, but think about it. If I'm your customer, right, and I deal with you every day, I'm building a rapport with you. If you have carriers that's pulling up on time, and even if they don't, if you're communicating properly, he gonna be late, I apologize, I got another truck that can pick it up. Just good communication. If you're building that relationship, if I get some more loads, I'm gonna say, hey, I got some more loads. You want them, Willie? Right? So as you start to build a relationship with carriers and shippers, that's when you say, I want to get a truck because I've been running this lane and I know that It may slow down in the summertime, or it's good all year round. You know, you get to know what it is that you're doing.
So can you get that first million being a
I did.
dispatcher
I did.
before you even buy a truck?
I did.
You got the first million?
Yes.
How many meals did you get up to before you bought your first truck?
I was up to $17 million.
17 million. You said, let me go and get a couple of trucks because you ain't just buy one truck.
No, I didn't. Let me tell you why. Because the shipper that I was working with, I've been building with them for a year, and she said, "Kierra, we got some more coming in. Basically, do you want more loads?" I ain't want to fuck with no more owner operators because I grew so fast. I was known as the load lady. So my phone would never stop ringing. That's when my family came and started to help me. Like, we started to build, and it made sense because I had to connect. I had other carriers to where, okay, now I can stop giving them the loads. I can start my own company. My company can get the loads, and then I give them out to carriers. That's a whole different percentage. That's 25% right there. But I've learned the industry.
So your company got the load, and you subleased the loan.
Correct.
To another carrier.
Correct.
Okay.
So that, for me, that's the smart evolution of trucking. Everybody say there ain't no money in trucking no more. You know how you said they're trying to make it to where we stop doing certain things. Nobody was talking about going directly to a shipper except for me. And I mean nobody. But now that I've created all these millionaires, we got some of their attention. So they're trying to change the laws now.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, that's how they always do.
They're trying to change the laws now.
Low down, dirty, uncivilized mutts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even the fuel. Like, they're trying to do little things. So all we got to do is stay on top of the game. Keep our head on the swivel. You pivot. There's a customer that ain't going no fucking where. That's the government. So now me and my tribe, we attack oil and gas, and we do government contracts. Government, federal, state, local. And that right there, that gives us an opportunity to say, as a dispatcher, the loads go to you, the carrier, and then you pay me, right? But as a dispatcher, if I set up my company the right way, I don't even have to just do trucking. I can get a government contract in any fucking lane that I want to do and just sub it out. Now, if I like trucking, I can actually get, hey, this is a carrier that I'm with. You can partner up. The possibilities are endless. So all they did was just create a whole nother beast, because now we just finna take that over.
Yeah. Now let me drink something on this. Right,
we finna take that over. DOD, Department of Defense. We got military contracts, all different types of shit.
So first, they lock you up. Then you come out, and now they doing business with you.
Yeah.
They try to stop you all together. They try to stop everybody else from doing business with you. But they say, yeah, she because of her record, you can't do business with her, but we can do business with her. Yeah. And then,
there's even some government contracts that you can't get, but your partner can. Just setting up your business, proper business structure, you can get anything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We definitely got to talk. I like this, because I like having those lanes, no pun intended. I like having those revenue stream lanes. That's beautiful. In Wisconsin, the family that you worked for, can you say their name? Can't say their name. So, but that family, it was like you say, it was 3 generations. Who did you report to?
I reported to the son.
Yeah.
I reported to the son.
And how old was he?
He was 34 at the time. And working, the reason why I won't say that name is because I still do business with them, actually.
Okay.
And one of the things that I don't like about us, a lot of us are just haters. One thing you'll always see them say, what's your company name? I stopped giving niggas company names because they don't got shit to do but sit up and hate. So that's why I'm going to keep them safe. But they created a shaker. They did all of the chocolate for Hershey, right?
What's a shaker?
I'm about to tell you. It's a trailer. They do a tanker trailer. And they created a shaker that goes on that tanker. So they were losing a certain percentage of product. But with this little device that this company put on this trailer, they stopped losing. They started only 2 to 5%. And I said, this needs to be patented. And we need to go get a larger contract. So that's what I was in charge of doing. Once I did that, that's when they started to say, hey, you really should think about getting on the other end of this. That family taught me so much on how to negotiate lanes, on how to deal with certain men I wasn't used to deal with. I was used to dealing with just drivers at the time. But they taught me how to go in there and, secure very large contracts. I still do good business with them.
Yeah. So what do you guesstimate that your company is worth now?
Well, I didn't know that if anybody paid attention to him asking. Heard you was worth 100, touching 100 M's. I said, well, that was 4 years ago. That's
That was
triple.
4 years ago.
That was 4 years ago. That's tripled. If you knew my net worth, you'd probably jump off the table.
Yeah.
But God has blessed us tremendously.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Are you planning on getting in different lanes outside
Yes.
of trucking?
Yes. I want to get into, I want to say it right. I think it's maritime, the boats. I want to do my own boats. The boats that bring over the containers.
Something like, okay, yeah.
I want to do ships.
Ooh, that's big.
I want to do my own train line, and I want to take over the air. That's my next move.
Okay, so you like that logistics game.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. And to find out that with all the different lanes that I do and all the money that I've made, right, I'm at the bottom of the food chain. Oh, no. I want to be at the top. I want to be at the top. I want to go for the planes, the trains, and the boats.
So sitting on 300 M's and you still at the bottom of the food chain in the logistics game.
Still.
Yeah, that's a big game. The Astros owner got his money in logistics.
Everybody usually does that's up there.
Yeah.
Everybody. And even if they don't, because when companies are passed down from generation to generation, it's held within a trust, right? So you don't know who owns what. The reason I'm saying this for a reason. You don't know who owns what. But what they do is they keep passing down these logistics companies to their kids. That's some things that I learned from the white folks. Logistics companies they're passed down before they pass down homes and land. Logistics companies. It's huge.
Do you respond to the hate that you receive online?
Sometimes I do, because sometimes my phone is in my hand, and I be having time to cuss a bitch out. Sometimes I do.
Do you cuss them out by name or?
Yeah, I at them. I make sure that they know you shooting a slug, I'm gonna shoot it back.
You know what I do? I ignore trolls because trolls are hoes. Like, this is how I handle them, right? See, they just trying to get attention. They just want some attention. They jealous. You got to keep in mind, these people have always been that way their whole life, and it's not personal. You could have been anybody. They would have done you the same way.
You're right.
So it's not that they're just hating on you specifically. Like, they're just hating because that's
hate
what
us.
haters hate. That's what they do.
You're right.
That's what they here for, to hate.
Right.
That's their purpose. So what I do is I allow anybody to come on my platforms and make comments as long as they don't disrespect the host, right? Now, as long as they don't disrespect the host or come in and try to hate on black women or black men specifically, like target black men and black women for hate, they cool. But if they do something, as long as they don't do that, they're cool. But if they do any of that, I will announce that I got me a troll and I'm getting ready to block them. I'm not going to say your name. This is how I talk to them. I say, I'm not going to say your name because you're insignificant. Your mom and daddy really didn't want you. You're not good in relationships. Nobody likes you. You have no real friends. When you die, no one's going to even know that you were alive.
I like that.
And now I'm finna block you. I'm finna do you like everybody else has done you in your entire life.
I need to work on that because they be having me up in arms. I be ready
hit
to
them
fight.
with that. Nah. You hit them with that block like that.
I like that.
And bam.
I like
you
that.
ain't got to cuss. You ain't got to get all uptight. Because I know those words hurt. Those are some hurtful
That's
words.
some serious shit.
Hit them with that. They be like, oh, man, and they ain't got nothing. And see, also, the reason why I deal with them like that is because the other trolls are sitting back trying to watching how you deal with. And they come in, when they come in, just like everybody else, the trolls read the room. They come in and they read the room. Oh, you mean I can get a reaction?
Getting a reaction, yep.
Oh, okay, so I can come on here and do this, act a fool. See? So I don't give them that chance at all. They can't come on my page and act a fool at all. I get them on up out of there.
I need to start doing that because I'll be like, I ain't blocking nobody. Fuck that.
No, actually,
I'll be ready to go off.
See, your energy, you as a person are too valuable to be stooping low like that.
You're right.
You're too valuable. your energy is too valuable. You have a greater responsibility than the average person. So you can't let a below average person get you off your square.
Okay.
And if they get you off your, if you start exchanging with them, then that means that they're getting you off your square. It's kind of like a guy who cusses out women. If he cusses women out, like I don't cuss any women that I'm in a relationship. I don't do that. Like I don't never do that ever, because it shows even like swinging on a woman. I don't do that because it shows a lack of control. It's a lack of control. And if there's two things in the world that a man must learn to control, it is his emotions and his penis.
Yeah.
If he can control that, he can get pretty much damn near close to dominance in life. But those two things are the reason why we're walking on a lot of men today, why some men don't have families, why many of them die alone, why some are out there on drugs and mad at the world.
Angry.
Can't control them emotions.
Yeah.
Can't control those emotions. So, I just make sure that
I need to remember that.
Yeah.
The person that angered you controls you.
Yeah. See what I had to learn to do, like, because I remember when I was in my 20s, a person can do this, whatever's is written on that button, that's what I would do. If you hit this button like this, I'm swinging.
Yep, that's
hit
me.
this button,
That's
I'm mad,
definitely me.
I'm blowing the top, hit that button, and then I learned that, okay, so when they hit the button, I'm going to do something different. The button malfunction. It's malfunction. So you hit that button, I ain't going to give you what you think you're going to get. Now, what you think you might, whatever you think you're going to get, you ain't going to get it. At least not at that time.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I'm going to take that advice too. Because it knocks me off. I have to stay focused. I got far too many people to lead.
Yeah.
Far too many people to lead.
And see, that's what they want you to do. I remember a few years ago, I thought about getting rid of my YouTube channel. I got hundreds of thousands of subscribers on that YouTube channel, and I was going to get rid of it because of all of the trolling and just the negativity from my own people that I'm trying to help, right?
Yes.
And I realized, I said, wait a minute. I don't operate like that. That's what they want me to do.
Yeah.
I got to do what they don't want me to do. Plus, the ones who troll and the ones who hate, they're in the minority. So why should I allow the minority to affect the majority? The majority of people rock with me.
Yeah.
They like me. They cut for me.
Yep.
They appreciate the game
They're
that I give
thankful.
them on a daily basis. Yeah, they're thankful. So why should I punish them for these insignificant nothings? Makes absolutely no sense. So I changed my way of thinking, and it's been going strong. I never even thought about quitting since. In fact, I'm like thinking about just everything is about, getting even bigger. Like whatever you don't like about me, I'm gonna give you even more to not like.
At 4 o'clock this morning, I was up.
Is that your normal wake up time?
4 o'clock this morning, I was up, and I said, I'm tired of doing this.
Oh hell. Yeah, hell.
I'm sick of doing this shit. I'm tired of because my temper's always been my thing, and it's so much. It's heavy. You already got to take care of people. You got all these sob stories. I can't pay my bills. I'm homeless in my car. My such and such just died. It's heavy. In addition to niggas hating on you, it's like I don't got time for this shit. I just like to quietly make money. Is what I've been doing before. I've only been doing the trucking group for 5 years. 5 years. It's been 5 years worth of hell.
You've only been doing this for 5 years?
The trucking guru, I've only done it for 5 years.
Get out of here.
Yes. I've only been the trucking guru for 5 years.
How long have you been in trucking?
Over 20 years.
For yourself?
Over 20 years.
20 years. Okay.
Yeah. For myself, no, that's different. See, I was sitting with my feet in the pool, holding my knees.
So you was getting to you already had millions before you ever became a trucking guru.
That's why.
So how does that make you feel when people try to say you just trying to use people?
Exactly.
Exactly. To uplift yourself.
Exactly.
To come up.
I was sitting with my feet in the pool, and I made a comment on somebody's post. And people asked for help. And the stories and it was, I could not, in good conscience, just sit back and not do nothing. So I looked to see who was doing, like, who could teach these people is bullshit. It's like, I knew that people had literally seen people wanting to better themselves. Like, I get where they coming from because niggas is full of shit. I saw that when I was looking, trying to see how can I help these people. I couldn't send nobody to nobody. I was like, these people, they're not going to be successful, right? So I said, all right, I'm going to become the trucking guru. My sister picked my name. And I let the people that were following me at the time, I let them pick my prices. What can you comfortably play? Because you niggas you're not going to respect free 99. We ain't doing that. And my time is valuable. But what can you afford that ain't going to put you out your little houses? You know, so I let them pick my pricing.
I heard a lot of sayings in my lifetime.
You ain't never heard free 99? Yeah.
I ain't never heard free 99.
So I let them pick, right? And some of them have become millionaires. So I felt like I was done.
Yeah.
On my lives, I say all the time, you don't have to buy anybody's courses. You could, because you don't. I didn't.
Right.
It's common fucking sense.
Exactly.
This bitch just made a comment today on my post and said, I feel like you're extorting the people because your mentorship is $20,000. I said, bitch, first off, I got a wait list of over 500 people.
Yeah.
My mentorship has been sold up. You can't even get on the list. But let me just let me play with you while you're here. I gave away so much free game. My free game has created millionaires. One of them is posted to my page. She just sat and watched me. Did her first $1 million contract in 6 months. Never bought anything from me. You don't got to buy shit. I'm just literally trying to help, trying to educate because they understand the importance of logistics and transportation. We ignorant and we don't know no better. We want to ask, what's your trucking company? What's a truck? I bet she don't tell a trucking company. I'm not, because you hoes ain't getting that. You ain't fucking up what I built for my family.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you do that. But I will put you up on some game. I sure got to get it for yourself. No, I hate when they're like, oh, she just trying to get, bitch, I've been that nigga. I've been had millions of dollars before doing this shit. So it's very hard on this free app, giving all this free game to these motherfuckers trying to help and they want to talk shit. That's why I said, the message you just gave me, I needed. Because I'm over it. I did what I said I was gonna do. I created the millionaires. You know what I'm saying? I've opened up enough eyes, but I haven't. So many people that don't know, and I don't give a fuck if anybody buys a course or a mentorship. I don't need that shit. I don't want to mentor nobody. They fucking slow. They don't pay attention, and they be mad. They spent this $20,000. They think they own me. You ain't coming to my house.
Right.
They crazy.
And see, the true part about it is I'm laughing because I got the same mentality. Like, I say, this free game, man, you could take it or leave it.
Yes.
I'm not trying to make you do nothing. I'm just giving you the game.
I say it all the time. You can stay broke. Bitch, I'm good.
You can take it or leave it.
Yes.
And people feel compelled. But the true part about it is that they don't go on them other folks' pages and
they
do that.
They do not. They will sit there.
They will not do that.
Not say shit.
You know why? You know why they don't do it?
They respect them. They don't respect us.
Not just that they respect it, because they think they're supposed to have it. Really, the truth is, they really feel like they are less than them other people are.
You know what?
And they feel like you don't deserve it because you black.
You're right.
You don't deserve this following. You don't deserve people listening to you. Mm-hmm. Who are you? You're just another nigga.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Today, this morning, I just made a comment and I said, you know what? I usually would cuss you motherfuckers out. I said, but you ignorant. You don't know no better. See, you niggas don't think that this type of wealth is obtainable. Ain't nobody showed you shit. Billionaires don't act like that, bitch. You don't know none. First of all, we do. The more money you got, the more you can sit around and be your fucking self. They feel like it's just so, you got to be J.B. Hunt. J.B. Hunt, who owns J.B. Hunt? Caucasian family. You got to be Schneider. Who's Schneider? Caucasian family. No. If you stop leaving shit comments and actually open your ears, you learn how to do this shit. It's so easy. But they honestly feel like we are not, like, no, we can't do that. That's cap. Bitch, I did it. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I've posted my bank account, $900 million in the motherfucker. Posted it. I posted my mansions, posted my jet. I posted shit. What the fuck are y'all talking about? I went a step even further because I felt like niggas, okay, you feel like you can't get it? Come on, pull up. I let the public pull up to my mansion. And they still lost, dumb fucked. Still don't get it. I did a whole
I ain't letting their ass pull up to nothing.
I'm not now. Now,
yeah.
fuck them. Now, but I did. I opened my whole grounds. I put the blow up toys, the zip lines, all of that shit. Did the cash vault, 10,000 cash. Let them grab some money. I was good to them niggas. Now they wore out their motherfucking welcome. Now I'm good. Now he gonna get or get on. I don't now. I feel like my tribe is my tribe. Like my tribe, they rock with me till the wheels fall off. I have met so many amazing people, and they're a part of my tribe. They've become family. They're thankful. You know, they defend you when you're not around. Those I need some solid motherfuckers. That's gonna no, we're not gonna do that. She not here to defend herself. They can get you on the phone. Kierra, this person said, "Oh, let me handle that real quick." You know, because I'm not perfect at all. Because you've been to book the call and bitch, I'm tired from working or oil well starting in the middle of the night. You want to book this little, I don't know how much damn call costs, but they mad. Bitch, I'm tired. I run businesses. I privately educate these kids. Like I'm human. But my tribe, they love me in spite of. So those that are for me. They get it. And they're thankful. But the motherfuckers, I be ready to go to war.
Yeah. Yeah, they really are not worth it. When you go to war with them, man, they don't mind dying on the battlefield because at least somebody who is noteworthy killed them.
Yeah. Yep. You right about that.
They don't mind going to war with you.
You right about that.
They ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Nobody knows them.
Highlight of their fucking day.
Here's the trip part about it. You get more bees with honey than you do vinegar. And they mad at you because they ain't you. And so if they want to be you so bad, all they got to do is ask.
That's it.
All you got to do is just, hey, be cooperative, be kind, be considerate. Just reach out, DM, like.
I even make posts asking anybody, what questions do you have? What help do you need? Yeah. Me, my black shirts, my tribe, we jump on the post. Like, we do so much to help. Like, all you got to do is ask. Yeah. I done paid for funerals for people I ain't never even seen a day in my life. Yeah. I done helped people move. I done did all kinds of shit. Yeah, don't get in my DMs to ask for money, though. We ain't doing that.
Oh, that's a trip.
They do it.
That's a trip right there. I have grown men sending me Cash App requests.
Yes. I don't even have Cash App.
Like, who is this?
Yeah.
Block?
They do that.
Like where they do that? Like, where does a grown man who don't even know you, okay, I'm a celebrity, but you still don't know me like that, bro. You don't know me. Like, I could never do something like that.
I do you one even better. How you gonna post that you was just on vacation and then hop in my DM and ask for some money?
Yeah.
You was just on vacation, bitch. What? No. The audacity.
I go to the restaurant and
nails done, hair done. They sitting at the restaurant, all in the story because it's recently posted. Yeah, they do that. It's insane.
Wow. How is the city of Dallas treating you? Like, you're a gem. Like, you're special. Like, how does Dallas treat you special?
They do. They do. I love my city. They love me. I'm actually having an event in October. The city has showed up to show out. Like, we're almost at capacity already. I haven't done any type of promotions. I haven't did my fancy little videos, and and it's almost all Dallas natives that bought the tickets. So I'm so excited. When I did Dallas before, I sold out 3 times. They are. You would think that your city don't show love, but no, Dallas. They treat me well.
Well, the thing is that a lot of times people in the city will be like, it's like they want you to win, but they ain't finna start it off. Like, sometimes it's like somebody else got to start it off, and then it's like, oh, I guess she is really popping because over there, they know about her over there.
Yeah, that did happen. I was big in Atlanta, New York, and Philly before Dallas. They fucked on me first.
Right.
Yeah. So you're right about that.
Yeah, that happens.
It's crazy.
Amazing how that happens. You dropped out of school at what age?
9th grade, 10th grade. I just stopped going.
When you stopped going, That was right around the time that now you're really a wild child, because
Mm-hmm.
that's around the time you stepped away from your parents'
Yep.
house, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And what is like the craziest thing that happened to you when you were out on your own and you thought that you couldn't call home? Or did you ever feel like, I know you probably felt like you could always call home, but you probably was too embarrassed. You got yourself in a certain jam. You said, I can't call.
I had a friend. She's still one of my very best friends. She stole a bag about $75,000 from her cousin, and we went on a wild shopping spree. And it was something out of a movie, the way they chased us and hunted us and blew up a house looking for us.
Wow.
And I wanted to go home. I wanted to just be done with it. And I was like, I can't call my mom and tell him this shit. So I didn't.
So did they ever catch up to
Yeah,
her?
they did.
I'm sure they
At the
caught up
hotel.
to her.
At the hotel, they did. Yep, they did. The police came and the cousin came. The cousin had the dude she was with, like, hemmed up. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm just going to go this way. So that's how I got out of that. But I was fearful. I was very afraid at that moment because I didn't know where she got the money from.
Mhm.
She just was like, bitch, let's go to the mall. I was like, okay. So I'm just riding around, eating pretzels and shit. She done stole this man money. And
So-
we spent a
so-
lot of it.
So they was really looking for her, not you.
Yeah, they were looking for her. But I didn't
Yeah.
know because, I'm with her.
Right.
So that was scary. I should have called home, but I didn't. I always knew that I could call home, though. But that one was so crazy because what were we doing? We was with guys. We was in clubs. We were doing all kind of shit. We had no business. I think it was right around the time Freaknik was coming out, too. We was too young. We were going to go to Freaknik. We had a whole plan. And
Yeah.
I just felt like my mama would know that was the plan. And I was like, I'm not calling to tell her that.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing.
I heard you say that you had a plane. You
Mm-hmm.
have a private plane. Is that the most extravagant thing you've ever bought?
So, no, there is a housing system that does electricity. And one of the guys that I do intermodal work with, he put me onto it. And I spent, let me make sure I say it right, I think it's like $29 million on this system. But it creates energy off of like solar panels and other shit. And it's like thin like a iPad. And it goes into homes, renewable energy sources.
So this is a new invention.
Mm-hmm.
And is it out on the market?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's
so.
that's the biggest thing that I've ever purchased. Cars, jets, homes, I don't get them for myself. Everything has to make me money. So, like, I've only ridden in my jet twice. I lease them out. I lease everything out. But I don't do like the Turo, the what's it called, Airbnbs and stuff. I created a executive app. So when people come in internationally, they stay in my places, they use my cars, they use my jet, but they take care of my shit.
That's gangster. That's gangster. Well, you can't do Airbnb anyway.
I can't.
With that felony.
I can't.
Yeah.
Or Turo.
Yeah.
So I created my own.
Well, I don't know about that because I have Turo.
I can't do Turo. You know what? It could be because I don't have a driver's license though. Hold on. I'm trying
Yeah.
to think. That was Airbnb. That was Airbnb.
Yeah, it had to be. Yeah. Because I didn't like Turo though. I mean, I still have it.
Why you don't like Turo?
I still have it, but I stopped renting my cars out because every damn time somebody brought a car back, a wheel was scratched, a dent was here, or it was totaled or something. And I like to have my cars in showroom condition. I don't drive around with scratches on my cars, like not even on the wheels.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
So I like showroom condition cars.
They're not going to take
And
care of your stuff.
Every time something come back, it's always something, Then, I had a situation where somebody left some weed in the car before. I'd had somebody spill something in the front seat. We still
Damn.
don't know what kind of substance it was, spilled it in the Maserati. I mean, just all kinds of crazy stuff. So
That's why you have to deal with people on with a certain tax bracket because they appreciate certain things because they understand hard work, value of the dollar, what it took to get these types of things. You create your own network, and I know you know a lot of people. When they come in, they need a car. Let them rent your vehicles. Let them stay in your penthouses. That's what I had to do because I was like, I've been a killed nigga behind my shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and I knew I couldn't be a landlord. I mean, I had to get out of the landlord business. Hopefully they don't use this against me. Let me see. What year is this? Okay, I think I'm good. Okay, so, I had to get out of the landlord business because I was renting to this woman, and, she was like sending checks. She would send a check, mail a check, unsigned.
Oh.
I mean, she would just do all kind of little tactics and stuff, and she would be late for the rent all the time. And one day I just told my property manager, man, it's time for her to go. I dealt with it for about a year. I mean, every month it was something different.
Niggas is too crafty.
And so I was like, look, man, you got to evict her. And so she, thought that we was going to do the legal protocol thing, but she had to go.
I done seen all kinds of crazy shit.
We didn't have time for all of that. She had to get up out of there like ASAP. But yeah, I gave her so many chances, man. But people don't understand, like, if you're charging them, somebody's charging you.
That's right.
You got, even if you own,
you still got to pay taxes.
Right, you paying taxes, and you're paying maintenance, and you're paying for property managers if you're not managing it yourself. So you have expenses, and people don't get that. They're always trying to count yours.
And they are.
Yeah.
Always. And they're not going to take care of nothing no way. They just want some shit that they can't afford no damn way. And they just don't respect the stuff. That's why I just deal with the executives.
When it's time for you to go and you ain't got no more, how you want to be remembered?
For being kind, caring, loving, and I want people to remember that I made it and I turned around and I went back. That's it. I turned around and I went back.
There's a lot of people that was in the position that you were in, you were once in. How many times felon? How many times?
4.
4-time felon. 4-time convicted felon.
Mm-hmm.
On paper, ain't no way you're supposed to be sitting here.
Ain't no way. Single mother.
In the position that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and single mother.
No education.
What was the defining moment that made you say, I'm finna change this around? Or did it happen gradually, or did it happen was it happenstance? How did you get there to just get on the road to becoming a multi-millionaire in the trucking industry?
Well, I don't understand how a man or a woman, can lay down, make a child, and not change at that moment. So once I got pregnant with my oldest daughter, my wheels already started turning. I'm 17 years old, about to have a kid. What the hell am I going to do? I didn't have an idea at the time. So I started to think of how am I going to take care of this little person who didn't ask to be here? I don't understand how people I got 6 kids and how the fuck did you even get past 1 and you made it to 6 and you're in the same situation? So I've always worked hard and I've always had to make up the educational background or whatever the fuck the job required, right? So I've always been a hard worker. Then once that wasn't working enough, I started hustling. Things started to change once I finally got situated. I love my job at AT&T and they outsourced our department. And I'm like, come on, God. I liked my job. What the fuck? They're going to outsource our entire department. It was hard to get a job, paying what it was paying back then. I was making, I think, $19 an hour. That was a lot for me back then. So I was standing at the end of my driveway, and my very good friend named Chris, who I've known all my life, he called every blue moon. He just happened to call while I was standing outside smoking that black, worried, how the fuck I'm going to pay these bills? They're going to outsource our department. What am I going to do? Because I was living paycheck to paycheck. And that's when he gave me the advice to get into trucking. And I was like, okay. So once I started to get into trucking and my eyes started to open to the possibilities, that didn't happen until I was up into Wisconsin and I saw that family. And then I moved back down to Dallas because my sister wanted to start having kids, and working for the shipper, that started to open my eyes because I dealt with a group of black boys. See, I was on the shipper side first for the first time ever. I was on the shipper side. And I was nosy, and I just looked to see what they were making, and they was doing 6 figures in 4 months, and they were my age. They was young. And I was like, what the fuck? What are y'all doing? The season is over, because it was only 4 months, right? That response, his response is what changed my life. Why, you want to dispatch us? I'm like, yeah. I didn't know what it was. I thought I was going to be giving them their loads. No. I independently started dispatching. The first week I did it, I made $10,000. That was the aha God damn it, because if I could do 10,000, it's simple. Trucks, loads. You go outside, you see a truck going down the road or the freeway. You throw a rock, you hit a truck. Everything that we have comes in on the truck. How is this not common sense? I was like, I don't know. If I can do 10,000, I can do millions. That was it.
Huh.
That was it for me, because it's like just repeat, rinse, wash, repeat. It's the same thing. And then you get creative and you go from 10% to 25%. Oh, all hell couldn't stop me.
When you realized that you was a millionaire sitting outside on the curb at that bank,
Mm-hmm.
what's going through your head?
First off, I felt like that's one thing I did. I exhaled. Because, my God, I knew that I had been putting in the work. I had been going to bed at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, getting back up right before the sun come up, because I was working the load boards and dealing with shippers. I hadn't quite perfected what I was doing. I knew I was putting in the work. I just did not know that, Kierra, you did it. Like, the light's gonna stay on.
Yeah.
That I'm telling you, I was driving a red car. It was a Subaru, the little square box Subaru, and it had black electrical tape from one side all the way to the other side. I paid $700 for that car. That was the car I was driving. I was living I had a nice house, living actually right next door to my parents, but I was like, oh, a lot of shit can change now. A whole bunch.
That's what you was driving when you checked that ATM?
Yeah. I was driving a red Soup. I called it a Zoom Zoom. That's what I was driving.
But you already had thousands of dollars in the bank.
I ain't give a damn about that. I was focused. I was,
You was
focused.
stacking chips.
I was trying to, I didn't even know what I was trying to accomplish at the time. I just knew I did $10,000. I bet I pushed myself.
Yeah.
I could triple that. I could double that. I could do millions.
Yeah.
Go, Kierra. That was it. I was in go mode. I didn't think, hold on. You could actually create some generational wealth here. Hold on. This kid that's sitting at your side who's actually helping you run this business, who has a heart for transportation because she's watched mommy get it out the mud. You creating a whole nother beast. Hold on, this little girl that knows how to do nails wants to work at Wendy's, but she's cold at billing. She likes apps. You're creating little monsters that are watching you grow and build. Like that right there. My nieces, they watch me. My sister. God, I would not be where I'm at without my sister. My sister and my daughter and my little brother, they are like my right hands. They've done so much to support and not, you know how people can have a entitlement? None of them are entitled. They all, even to this day, everybody still works extremely hard. They're so giving. They burn themselves out in service. So just seeing that I actually accomplished it was like, God, I can do this.
Did it feel like you thought it might feel?
No. You know what's crazy? The feeling that I thought the money would give me was the feeling that I got when that lady that I snatched from her husband and got her and her kids a house, and I got them some clothes. Cause I literally sent somebody up there to go sneak and get them clothes on their back, shoes on their feet. I got them. We put them up in a little place, get them a little car, and I taught her how to dispatch. When that woman showed me her account, it was literally, I think, $105,000 in it. That feeling is what I thought all the money in my account would have gave me. To know that you're not successful until you've helped somebody. You're not, fuck the money. You literally taught somebody how to fish. You gave a woman who was hopeless hope. That feeling, that's what I thought the money was going to do. It didn't. Helping these people, that's something money can't buy.
You know, that's the exact same feeling that I had when I realized I was a millionaire. I was like, it blew my mind because I thought it was going to be something different.
Yes.
I thought I was going on a shopping spree. You know, I was like, man, I'm a million. I got it, boy. I got it. You know, I thought that like, yo, and it was going to be very, very obvious, right? Mm-hmm. And I was really, really low key for at least a good year and a half or two before I even made a large purchase, because that feeling you're talking about, I had the exact same feeling like, how can I use this money to make people around me millionaires? Yep. That's the first thing that came to my mind, like, how can I help other people get there?
You know what's crazy? When you say low-key, I was so low-key the way that my actual like family, everybody knew that Kierra, like they knew I had money, but I'm not a flashy person. I lived in a very modest home. I drove a Tahoe on some big ass rims. I had a couple of cars that I had the executives doing, but I didn't drive those. I drove a Tahoe, and I have a little Mercedes that I drove. Right, and I was arguing with somebody online, and my mom saw my post because I'm not gonna go back and forth with you niggas. I got numbers. Men lie, women lie. Money ain't lying, bitch. Here. My mom was like, Kierra, you have that much money? I was like, yeah. She said, show me. And I showed her my account. She said, what the hell? She was like, why you didn't tell me you had to? I was like, yeah, yes. My parents, they don't ask for nothing. I give them the world. They don't ask for nothing. But she was like, nobody knew that I had made that much money.
Yeah.
Nobody. And I kept it that way until I got on fucking Instagram and the nigga had me fucked up. See?
Yeah. Well, like hopefully like you walk away and just keep in mind
I am.
These people that come for you because of what you do, these people are nothings.
Yeah.
They really are nothings.
And trolls are hoes.
And trolls are hoes.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing too much good work. You're too valuable to stoop to their level. Let them damn cockroaches stay down there at the bottom of the barrel with the rest of the cockroaches.
You're right.
Ain't no way possible you supposed to be down there getting muddy with them
You're right.
nothings. You
You're
know,
right.
they really are nothings. And I can say that because certain people in our society don't benefit the world at all. So they're insignificant to me. I don't care what happens to them. Overall, I do love people. I care about people.
Yeah.
But man, if you hate me, I hate you.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? You love me, I love you.
You get what you give.
You hate me, I hate you.
Yes.
And I'm going to give you that same energy
Yes.
that you give me tenfold, whether it's good or bad.
Mm-hmm. Now that I agree with. And I'm gonna take the amazing advice that you gave, and you didn't even know that I needed that. I needed that. I need to know. This is a lot. I was the person that had like 100 people on my Instagram before this.
Yeah.
If Facebook, I was never on there. I actually thought it was all a distraction, so I didn't even have certain things on my phone. And then when I, could sit down and relax a little bit, I put it back on there, and I seen that post. But I'm not used to. I didn't know people were this miserable, and I don't give a fuck what somebody got or don't got. If somebody said I did, like I own 95 fucking planes, I'm gonna congratulate you. That's amazing. I'm not gonna think second about it because it's not gonna affect my pockets. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna congratulate you and keep going. So I just didn't know that people were this psychotic.
Yeah.
So I needed that because trolls are hoes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep it moving and block.
And their mamas and grandmamas and granddaddies and daddies, they all come from the same stock.
Yep. You're right.
Sometimes I can sound pretty evil, but
No.
But hey,
no.
it is what it is.
It really
man.
is. It's truth.
It is what it is. I just don't have the patience for them, But I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for
Kierra
having
Henderson
me.
is in the building, and she is so dope. Family, how did they follow?
On all platforms, I am the trucking guru.
The trucking.
I made
guru.
it easy for them.
Okay. Any parting words? Anything that you want the people to know?
Well, you're a fucking legend, and I am like so excited to be here. I have no idea. So like I could barely breathe. I just don't think that you quite understand who you are. Jesus Christ. I got that damn DM. I was like, I ran around the house like a fucking kid. And I'm telling you, I don't, Drake could be sitting here and I wouldn't give a fuck. But you, shit, living fucking legend. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
This is huge for me.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Kierra Henderson, the trucking guru, among other things. No more talk.